Hi guys, it's me Karen, and I was asked if I would do a flip through of The Ink House by Rory Dobner down here. Beautiful book. I was asked if I could do a flip through of my completed pages just in this book. So that is what I'm going to do a very quick video on. And got some spots on the front cover I have to fix. I'll just go through the pages and kind of give you a quick run through of what I did on them. They're all done with Inktense pencils and distress inks. If you are wondering what distress inks are, they're these inks that come in a nice little cube. They are from Ranger, but Tim Holtz has designed them. They are a water-based ink that you can use to add kind of a vintage look to your artwork. I use the mini detail, what do they call these? Mini distress tool that you can put the ink down on, so you just dab the ink on the foam pad. These are interchangeable. You can buy just these and get these in a separate container, or you can buy these and it comes with a few of them, but you can get refills on the foam pads themselves, and I just kind of color with them. You can also put this on a plastic mat. This is one of those cutting boards that you get at the Dollar Tree in the kitchen section that I have cut down to this size. What I do is I take the big sheets and I cut them to the size of my book so I can set it behind my book. So when I'm painting or coloring, it keeps the tooth of the second page behind here nice and smooth. It also helps if I'm putting too much water on that it won't seep through the page and bleed any of this to the side of the page. Okay. The water brush I use is a Pentel water brush. Chamber is here. You fill it with water. This is the place where I hold it, because you can't squeeze this and get any water. This is the squeezing bulb, and it's just a medium-sized tip. It's not the small one, and there's enough water on here to activate both the distress ink and the Inktense when they are put on the paper or the pad here, the plastic sheet. Two sides to this. One shiny. Pencil will not draw on that. It'll only draw on the rougher side. Anyway, so those are the tools that I use when I'm coloring in here, and they're all done basically the same way. The only other thing I use is this distress sprayer. It's also a Tim Holtz product, and it sprays out a kind of a splotty spray, not a fine mist, but kind of with water droplets in it, and that's how I get the effect on the backgrounds. Okay, with that out of the way, we'll go ahead and get into the pictures. Little Lion here was done with only one other thing. This one has a tiny bit of glitter pen back here, and the Posca is the white for the highlighting. There is a tiny bit of pencil work on top of here, and depending on what pencils I had at the time are the pencils that I used. So I believe this one has got some white accents on his forehead here, and that would have been a Prismacolor Premier. Okay, this is done with just the Inktense. I may have put a little bit of the distress ink back here, but I think it's just watered down, the same color that's put up here. So when I put it on the plastic mat, I use a scribble, and then I put extra water on with my water brush and just water it down and go to painting. This is the house that I did. I believe there's a video on this one. And it's done, but the blue in the background is the Distress ink. Everything else is the Inktense. And I believe there's a little bit of Prisma in here. Or it could be poly. I'm not sure. You're going to have to check the video. I did this one here. And there's a little bit of Posca on the butterflies. And then this is the Distress ink that I did here with the water spots sprayed down here. And then we've got a couple of blank pages. I was asked about the water. The next page has got a bunch of water put on it, and you can see a little bit of the crinkling on this page. But it's not going to bother me because on this page I am also going to be putting ink down on it, so the wrinkling is not going to show as much. So here is the next page. Okay, for this page here is Freddie Foxglove. And he is at the front of the house, and that is the page that I did here. He's in this little door frame. So when I did this page, I kind of had to do this page so I could get the colors right from the house and the trees and stuff. So there is a video on this page. When I get to it, I'm going to put some inking over the wordage here. Also, I just have to figure out what colors. I want the book kind of to be cohesive throughout. So when I do a page, I will do the inking and then cover up a little bit of the words with some of the Distress ink. Okay, there we've got this page that I did. And it's got a light blue in the background from the Distress ink, along with the splattering here. And this, I believe I did in Sargent Art Supreme pencils. Could have done it also with the Inktense. This was a page I did not do a video on, and it was to test how much water I could lay down on a page without getting it to crinkle. This is the first page I did in here, and if you notice, there's really barely any crinkling left on this side. So when I'm finished a page, I let it dry. Then I will put a plastic sheet on this side, a plastic sheet on this side of the page, and then I will put weight on the book. And then that weight will straighten out the page pretty much. Here's Clarabelle, and I had to do her. This is how the book looks, so the background, I didn't do anything but color her in. She is the crab that is on the page in the bathroom, in the sink. She's coming up to brush her teeth, so I just used the ink that I had left over on my palette to finish coloring her up on this page. Here's Clarence the caterpillar. He loves to play his music, and the butterflies choreograph their elaborate dance routine to his songs. There is no video on this one. It's just done with the Inktense, a bright yellow going down the center, and then apple green coming up. The hat is the wine color. This is done with pencils, and this is saddle brown with a chocolate mix that go up, and this is just the grays. Okay, now here is our little crab friend right here coming up the sink, and then there is a video on this page. A lot of water put down here with the Distress ink, along with some acrylic paint that I splattered the little white dots. And the only other thing I used on here is a stamp. This is a little dot stamp. It's called, I got it written down here, Itty Bitty Background Stamp from Stamping Up. The date on this is 1997, and I believe I bought this set off of eBay. And it kind of gives you this nice little speckled look. It's used one more time in this book. There was a lot of water sprayed on this, and this is the bit of crinkling that you get on this side of the page. You can see a little bit of wrinkling. But like I said, I'll be using water on this side also, so it's going to even itself out. Isn't he adorable? I think he's so cute. cute along with the little mouse. Just love this book. I can't wait to do this one and little Huxley here. Okay, the next page I did. I don't know how many. Okay, are these sets here? Yeah, there's nothing there. So Francisco here has got his page up on a video, and he's done with a little bit of pencil on top of the Inktense, and I can't remember which pencil. It's probably Prisma. The stamp is used on his cement background here. Everything else is Inktense, and then his little white dots are done with a Posca pen. And then we just did this one, a little bit tiny Posca in the fluff in the ears. Other than that, it's mostly all Inktense. There's a little bit of white Prismacolor Premier to shade in the wrinkles of the fabric. Okay, then we have our Pugsworthy family here. I love these guys. So I did this little guy on camera, and his brother was done off camera, but they're done basically the same way. This is distress ink down on his tie and his shirt, a little bit of distress in the glasses, and then it was polychromos to finish off the work on those. He is done with both Inktense and distress ink on his face. Then I did these pages, the I for the ink and the H for the house. And so the animals spend many happy days at the ink house, exploring every crack and cabinet, learning countless new skills. Even the snails get a makeover. So our little tiny bugs here are helping the snails out a little bit. I think they were adorable. Little guy peeking around the corner. Okay, and thinking that is the last one I have done in this book. So on those last pages. Now every page does have a little bug somewhere, and I'll be coloring that at the end when I'm done with all the book. So those are my completed pages. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope that answered my subscribers' questions. I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.